the Worley fishing village, a small, tranquil enclave surrounded on all sides by that tsunami of concrete modernity and frenetic development that is modern Mumbai. These local village fishermen eke out a meager living shrimp fishing from their small, colorful boats. Shrimp drying in the sun. What's his name? Time moves slowly here. The people seemed friendly. There was a little celebration at the end of the street, and the people had made a beautiful peacock out of flowers. Just blocks away from the village, we got back in the car and headed off to visit the Dharavi slum, one of the world's largest. We began our exploration heading down one of the narrow lanes. In the 1800s, the British expelled all polluting industries to the distant edge of the city, starting with the leather tanners. The area was constructed totally haphazardly. No sanitation systems or drains, and no safe drinking water. There was no investment in infrastructure. Disease is rampant. The population density is 3,000 people per square acre. The average worker makes only $500 to $2,000 a year. And the entire area is a beehive of recycling activity. Used cans are burned clean and repainted. All manner of junk is meticulously sorted. Every scrap of cloth is reused. But life goes on here for the locals. As we drove around town, we saw numerous depressing scenes of abject poverty. Eight to 10,000 workers, called dobies, labor here, washing clothes at the world's largest open-air laundromat, the Dobie Ghat. In the late 18th century, a group of Portuguese Christians from Goa immigrated and started a small hamlet called Kochi Wadi. Only 28 of the old houses remain. The main commercial fishing docks in the port of Mumbai were closed to tourists after the crazed and murderous Islamic militants from Pakistan came ashore there in 2008, killing and wounding hundreds of people. Photos and entrance there are totally forbidden, but we snuck in, and risking my freedom, I snapped these clandestine shots. The famous railway station, the gateway to India. Trishna, the #1 seafood emporium of all Mumbai. We never got to see the red light district on Falkland Road. Our driver seemed frightened to go there. It was Saturday night, and the traffic was terrible. So instead, we cruised the waterfront promenade and marveled at the horse-drawn carriages, brightly decorated in neon fantasy. Our last night in Mumbai. We took a back road on our way to the Mangalore fishing docks. Making red clay bricks was obviously a local specialty. We stopped to watch some men mining the river bottom with long-handled nets for sand to sell for construction. Inside a small cement building, they were doing fish pit curing. It smelled terrible. Salt is rubbed on the fish, they're buried in a pile of sand and left to ferment. Needless to say, the finished product is mainly appreciated by the locals. A stop at a small boatyard. Rust never sleeps. The Mangalore fishing docks. As many fishing ports as I've been to, I've rarely synchronized my arrival with that of the fishing fleet. This time I hit it on the head. The decks of this boat were covered in piles of shrimp. These guys were shoveling hundreds of pounds of sardines. The gals were pitching in big time. There were tons and tons of fish on the dock. Auctioning, weighing, there was an indoor market right off the main dock. I couldn't leave the docks without buying some fish. I got two that looked a lot like Sierra mackerel. A lady cleaned the fish, sitting on a small stool with a large curved blade coming out from the front of the stool. Pretty cool. Just down the road from the docks, we passed through a used car park district. Down by the port, miles of tanker trucks were waiting to load or unload. Mangalore City. What a beauty. Fresh coconut water. Can't get too much. We found a small restaurant to cook our fish, and it turned out terrific. I caused a sensation in the local pharmacy. Viagra were $2 a piece, as opposed to $45 in the States. They eventually rounded up hundreds for me. Unfortunately, the effect they gave me was a headache and little else. A pharmacist on the cruise boat said they were probably filled with plaster. I deep-sixed the entire lot. Our last stop in Mangalore City was at their most famous temple, the Gokarnatheshwara. Built in 1912, with its gold paint and fiberglass animals, it had a distinctly Disney-esque quality. Sitting in his carriage, with a blue Krishna at the reins, Arjuna's chariot is drawn by 4 white stallions. Hanuman, the monkey god. In the temple, a saxophonist tootled mellifluously. Priests and devotees performed pujas with ritual offerings and prayers.
ಸಂಪತ್ತಿಪುರಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಶಿವಪೂಜೆ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಗೋಕರ್ಣಾದೇವರು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಾಗಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ವಿದ್ಯಾಯ ನವಗ್ರಹದ ಶತ್ರು ಪರಿಹಾರ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಪಂಚಮಶಿನಿ ಅಷ್ಟಮಶಿಗಳ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಂತಹ ಉದ್ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅವರ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯನು ಕೂಡ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡವ್ರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಯುಸ್ಸು, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ, ಸುಖ, ಶಾಂತಿ, ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟವರ ಮನಸಂಕಲ್ಪಕಾರ ಜಯಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿಯಾಗರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮುಂದೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ.
This devotee will take this blessed gift to do puja at home. Lala whispered her wish into the ear of a sacred black bull. After flashing my chin mudra with Krishna, it's back to the boat. We had no sooner hit the road in Kochi than we came across a fantastic surprise. An annual celebration at a Hindu temple, complete with music, firecrackers, and huge decorated pachyderms. The flagpole, called the Kodi Maram. Devotees stop here before entering the inner sanctum. The giant beasts lumbered around the temple. Incidentally, these elephants are for rent. Back in the car, we headed south to the #1 tourist destination in Kochi, the Kerala lowlands, a beautiful area of canals, serene lagoons, and lakes. It's known as the Venice of the East. We'd booked a boat trip. Look at this beautiful machine, sugarcane juicer. Cute students. Our tour boat and captain awaited, so we jumped in the boat and headed on up the canal. This is a houseboat. They have air conditioning, kitchen, and all the amenities. They can be rented for 2 days or more, and I'm sure it would make for a wonderful getaway. The local bus boat. All transportation here is on the water. The residents wade from place to place or take small boats. The houses are very nearly below sea level. A snake boat rested among the water hyacinths. This iconic style of boat, powered by as many as 100 rowers, race in August of each year to celebrate the rice harvest. A fisherman showed his catch. Commies. The sad fact is that the entire area is sinking with rising sea levels. Eventually, all the sandbags in the world won't be of any help. Behind the dikes lay the lowest cultivated paddies in the world, some as much as 10 feet below sea level. A retirement community for old houseboats. I asked that we take a back road to see the strange cantilevered fishing nets called China Vala in the local parlance. We found some of these fascinating contraptions. Fast disappearing because of poor catches, these nets, originally from China, have been symbols of Kerala for over 500 years. I remember seeing these nets in a long ago issue of National Geographic. As I mentioned, poor catches. Ever try throwing one of these nets? I had an 8-footer and I never got it to open into a circle. This one was 14 feet.
Yeah, he got something.
We continued on for a short visit to Fort Kochi. Lala wanted to buy some spices. Called the Queen of the Arabian Sea, Cochin, as it was called, has been a destination for traders since Greek and Roman times. In 1503, the Portuguese arrived, and the area became the first European colony in India. The spice trade flourished. While Lala shopped, I walked down to Mahatma Gandhi Beach to see the fish stalls and watch the huge China Vala nets in action. Men walked far out onto the net to get it to sink. These are called rain trees. Their leaves close at night, and any moisture on the leaves falls like rain. In fact, the rain started falling from the skies. We were late, so we hauled ass back to the boat. When we got there, we dashed from the taxi up the gangplank. We arrived soaking wet. Our absence had been announced on the ship's PA. The ship waits for no one. The warm blue waters of the Arabian Sea wash ashore on 100 kilometers of beautiful beaches. A welcoming and laid-back lifestyle beckons tourists to Goa from around the world. Kalanute Beach. We left the beach and headed towards Panjim. Roadside fruit stand. We stopped at a gas station on our way to the Church of St. Francis of Assisi. We took a look inside. A tree grows through the roof of this small temple, surrounded by rickshaw taxis. The municipal market. Flowers for sale. We strolled around the town. Sugarcane juice. It's very sweet. This kind-looking but larcenous old lady sold Lala bogus saffron. He makes his own instruments.
This I make, my friend. No possible no heavy weight.
The Church of the Immaculate Conception, also called Our Lady of the Rosary. Shipbreaking is a major industry in India. Metal and other materials are stripped from the hulls of these abandoned boats. It's dangerous and toxic work. Here in Goa, in years past, the industry was shut down, leaving these mammoth vessels to slowly rust away. You know how crazy I am about fish and fish markets. So our last stop, a visit to the Mandovi fish market. Ice tub relay, with special ice tub relay hats. Those crazy Bombay ducks, pompano. Our all-too-short jet-set visit to Goa complete, we had to head back to our boat.